Nicole. Nicole.
Are you beginning the live streaming, Howie, even if they're not I mean,
I've
even if it's
started
not
it already.
okay, we might not need it.
Said it, then I'll cancel it. Not,
Okay.
I'm saying hi to everyone and I'm muted, so no, I'm not. so hello, Rachel, and hello, Oren.
I thought
And
maybe there was a
hello to
problem with my
Medina.
sound.
No.
Hi,
I
good
didn't realize I
afternoon.
was muted. Here's Aline. Hi, Aline. How are you? Long time
Hi.
no see.
Yes. Good
Good to
afternoon.
see
Hi,
you.
Sarah.
Hi, Aline. Lovely seeing you.
Thank you.
For
You
a long
too.
time. Also, Oren is here, which is lovely. Hi, Oren.
Oren is here.
Yeah.
Mover and shaker in Eilat. And here's Barry, another mover.
Mover and shaker in Eilat.
In Eilat, in everywhere.
In everywhere. In the whole
Literally half
country.
the country.
That's true.
I was
Hi,
moving and shaking
Miriam.
in Netivot.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all.
Hello. This is much nicer than a webinar.
Hi,
when we
Miriam.
can't
How are
hear
you?
Yeah, I didn't know I would have gotten more dressed up.
That's why I insisted not talking to that guy there at the ministry. What's his name?
This is much nicer.
Yeah, it is nice to see everybody, really.
But good luck keeping everyone muted.
Oh, well, we'll make sure when it starts, we'll keep everyone muted. Now people are just greeting.
No, I didn't mean now. Of course not.
Howie, if you want, you can also make me a co-host if you need help.
Oh, sure.
But you don't have to, only if you.
Can make everyone a co-host.
Is this being recorded?
It will be, yeah.
Okay,
This
great.
session is being recorded. We're not sure.
Sure about the parallel sessions yet, but we'll do our best.
Yes,
Sorry,
we're doing
Sharon, I
best.
just saw your message. I'm not
Yes,
keeping up
I'm
with
walking to
messages.
my, yes.
You're
Safta
walking to
b'chursuta
babysit.
oref. Yes. Okay, great.
Good for you. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Some people prefer the streaming. It's just they don't want to be seen. And so there are already some people watching the streaming.
Ah,
Oh, interesting.
interesting. Okay.
Well,
Ah, Netta is here. Hi, Netta.
Hey, how's it? Oh,
Where's she?
Hey, how are you?
Ah, here she is. Hi.
יאללה, אז האמת היא, בכנות, ואת יודעת שאני כנה איתך,
Just
הצוות,
talking in Hebrew.
Done.
Rona's having trouble getting in. Renee, you here? I think I saw. Yeah,
I'm
Renee. Did you see the new link for elementary?
yeah, I saw it.
Great, perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
It's 4:31. Thank you for coming on time. And
Sienna, you tell me when you want to begin. We could be nice and wait a couple of minutes, or we can begin now.
It depends if people are still coming in. If we want to have a small, intimate, cozy group here, then
I see people are still coming in. The numbers are.
yeah, rising.
Yeah.
Okay, I suggest you host you close everyone or mute everyone, Brazil.
okay. I'm going to mute everyone right now, and
Yeah, and don't allow individual independent unmuting.
Okay, so I'm gonna just, Sienna, unmute yourself, and Nicole, unmute yourself, and the rest
Okay,
can't.
we're still waiting for Arona. She's
Okay.
doing her best to join.
According to the schedule, so, okay, whatever.
In the meantime, I will screen the schedule. Okay,
Exactly.
so you can see that we're at the starting point right now in the middle.
Middle center until 5:10, and we're going to hear from our Chief Inspector, Dr. Tsiona Levy, and our beloved Aharona Gvaryahu when she gets here. And then we are going to split, actually. We're going to share this link with you, and we're going to split off into different Zoom rooms. So once you get the link in the chat towards or around 5:10, we want you to leave this room and then open up this document on your computer, and wherever you press, you will get into a different workshop. You can see we've got workshops A to C between 5:10 and 5:30. Then you need to exit those, so don't let go of this document. And then you can choose from a second round of workshops. We have workshops D, E, and F between 5:35 and 6 o'clock.
So
Don't
maybe
worry
you
if you
want
get
to-
lost.
So maybe you want to already put it on the chat so people can already download it, and so we won't waste any time in between.
No problem. So we're going to do that. Here's the link to that PDF. So
Mhm.
please open it and keep it with you, and we will be posting it multiple times so that latecomers will also be able to access
Exactly.
those Zoom rooms. Okay, that's not for yet, it's for a little bit later. Okay, well
Okay.
done for joining us. It's not easy with children at home and after a day of teaching, so we really, really appreciate you making the time for your professional development, which is really
Mhm.
important.
Okay, so
Okay.
you want to officially begin with
I think we can officially begin, and I'm
With
going to
100
officially begin by saying hi to everyone and welcome to the Empowered webinars. And this webinar in particular is particularly empowering. We hope that you leave with practical tools. We hope that you enjoy yourselves and you feel inspired and motivated before 6 o'clock. Okay, so without further ado, I'd like to invite our Chief Inspector, Dr. Tsiona Levy, to welcome everybody and say a few words.
Okay, I don't know if it's about a few words, but maybe a little bit more than a few. But
It's your webinar, your choice.
okay, I'm very happy to see so many elementary school teachers and almost face to face. That's really cool. And I have to move backwards in my PowerPoint here. 1 second. I tried it out so nicely that I made it at the right spot, but in the wrong place. Okay, 1 second. So we're going to begin, and this is our topic for today. We're going to talk a little bit about, 1 second. Why is there a problem? Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about pedagogy and a little bit about resilience and the bridge between the two. How can I not speak about resilience these days? And how can I not speak about pedagogy these days? And I really want to make this connection. So just as a link to a very common or famous set of initials, we're talking about VUCA, a VUCA world that we are in, and it's still coming back to us in a complex and unpredictable, and will probably stay this way in the near future at least. The only constant and predictable thing that we know is that there is change all the time. And this world is a VUCA world where we have validity and uncertainty and complexity and ambiguity. And this typifies our reality. And the purpose of today's meeting in general, everything that we'll be doing today, is to produce a focus. We want to produce stability. We want to produce strength that suits everyone. And we also would like to, and we also want to show how pedagogy helps with all this. So I would like to say that learning and pedagogy are concrete, tangible, and offer a diverse response. Not just one way of teaching, let's say, not one, only technology or only textbooks, but we would like to really integrate what students need as we go along. And we will today touch upon both these mainstreams in materials that we work with, a little bit of technology with AI, a little bit, and of course, how we work with pedagogy. Because we want to look at VUCA differently. We want to say that in trauma, the image of the future breaks down. So instead of looking at VUCA, we're looking at V, that stands for vision, U, that stands for understanding, C, that stands for clarity, and A, that stands for agility. And all together, when we look at this type of VUCA that we are in, then we can look at a much brighter reality. And maybe even look at a renewed observation that includes multifaceted skills. We can talk about self-awareness and what it includes. I'm just moving you around here. We can look at, when we talk about self-awareness, we can talk about a recognition of emotions and knowing the self-efficacy. We can talk about self-direction, that includes self-regulation and motivation and dealing with stress and crisis situations, etc. We can talk about social awareness, that includes understanding the other and cultural sensitivity and identifying social. Are all these concepts, do they look familiar to you from anywhere? They should, because at the beginning of the war, everybody was talking about SEL. And SEL was part of these things, these social conduct, social awareness, self-direction, self-awareness, and also global awareness. These are the elements of SEL. But I want to say that integrating all of these impacts really the climate of the way we work in school, and also the way that encourages students' learning. And that's where I'm standing. I'm thinking of pedagogy and resilience, remember? So looking at this map over here, how does this relate to pedagogy? So the way to promote SEL skills in school is with these. Looking at lots of practice, looking at reflective activities, for example, also lead-in and exit cards, things that we do, giving feedback, looking at choice, giving a lot of choice. When students choose, then they feel more accountable, choosing to teach skills according to content, not just disconnection of the two, different types of activities, what we call adaptive learning, where we are looking at students doing sometimes different things, but all to conquer a certain goal. When we talk about self-learning and autonomy, all these together are applications of SEL in general in learning, and especially when we talk about English and creating a sense of competence. So why do I say competence? Because learning competence, when a student says, well, I chose and I can do, and our curriculum is completely about I can do, then this is a sense, or this is a way to reach resilience. Because what I'm actually saying, and this is the opening of today's talk, today's afternoon, is learning and pedagogy may be a bridge to growth. The learning experience helps create stability. Even people, many people at the beginning and throughout this time thought that maybe learning is a bit too difficult and maybe a bit demanding, and maybe we should, to a certain extent, let go and offer more flexibility in time. But what I'm trying to say here is that the learning experience helps create what students need. It creates stability, it creates continuity for the learner, and in this way, it helps in creating steps for perceiving a better future. Because why are people in school? To do something, to learn English. English is a way to look at what will be, how they can use English for doing something for the future. So what I want to say is, please, and I know that you're doing this, and I know the English teachers are the best candidates for such a request because they do not give up on learning. This is the place that students know. They know what learning is, what school is, and this also helps with their continuous view of what is stable. Get the students to see the benefit of progress and pedagogy, because school is the future. And I want to say that this is a famous quote, wherever there's light, wherever there's light, there is a crack in everything. That is how the light gets in. And this is from Leonard Cohen, the famous singer and musician. So how do we plan learning that involves SEL and feeling of competence and engages students in learning? How do you plan with this? First of all, to adapt to the pace of the class, refer to the characteristics of the learners and their needs. And of course, when there is a beginning, we start with a unit plan or we start with a lesson plan. So we have a beginning, we have a middle, we have an end, shows some kind of stability. Also, we're talking about scaffolding, always building knowledge and practice. This helps with adapting to the pace. And then we're talking about motivation. English cannot be learned without creating a sense of motivation. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Creating ownership. This is my book. This is my project. This is mine. Strive for proficiency in speaking and listening as much as possible. Student with a can-do approach. And as I already mentioned, choice, recognition of emotions, reflective self-direction, checklists, and all with an enjoyable atmosphere, always with accessible materials that look well, a brief explanation of the topic, like the intention, what do I want to achieve, what is my goal, why am I doing what I'm doing, content, using songs, using games, using fun activities, a bit of competition if you want, and success-oriented tasks, and always create some kind of closure. End your lesson or your double lesson with some kind of exit card. What have we learned? What have we achieved? What have we gained? And I want to show you, I have to stop share for a second. I want to show you that what we prepared by the English, with English Inspectorate is exactly this is a way to look at, maybe you've already seen this because the inspector sent it to you, but I want to remind you that this appears on the portal. It tells you exactly what are the goals and how you can achieve them for the 3rd grade, for the 4th grade, and everything you touch is a link to something that can take you. Even how to assess. And for when we talk about how to assess, we have a wonderful tool to show you now. We're after the first term, the first semester, so maybe assessment was already done. But for what is to come, then you can see that you have a wonderful report card. If I click on this, then I think I'm gonna lose you, or I'm gonna lose my link here. Let's try. No, that's not what I want to show you. Sorry. What I want to show you is a wonderful new report card, or that you can use for report card, because this is or any kind of oh, I forgot that there was a cyber attack on the English portal. Anyway, Okay, so this is basically what I wanted to show you, that it's all available when it comes back. For each class, we have a plan or the basic elements that we want to share. And also, to go back, can you see my slide share? That's it, basically. We're talking about, these are the main elements, and thank you. And this is the opening for our talk today. Nicole, go ahead. Over to you.
Hang on, I got to ask.
Thank you so much. Got it. Thank you so much, Tiona. I was looking for that report card so that I could screen it for you.
Yeah,
But
no, the
I'll find
portal
it.
is a bit shaky at the moment because there was a cyber
is.
attack on many of the Ministry of Education sites.
We know. We're trying. We're trying to
No,
get
Sarah's
to get
making a
it.
face that she didn't know.
How didn't you know? Everyone knows. Okay.
I know. I was like,
She knew.
I agree,
She
I
knew.
agree.
Yeah.
Exactly. So thank you so much, Tiona. And really that report card that Tiona mentioned is really worth looking at. Now it's a bit late for the first semester, as she said, but for the second semester, I think that you'll find it really useful and it's perfect for elementary. So I'd now like to introduce somebody who you all know and you all love. Aarona is going to present Blossoming with Differentiation. And your top is blossoming, Aarona. It's the color of flowers, the color of spring. And take it away. Thank you so much.
Hang on, you're not.
Hi, everybody.
Here we go.
Took me a long time to realize that spring, where I come from, is actually winter here. Winter is the most beautiful season here. So beautiful. Everything's green and flowering. And it's a good thing because everything's so complex right now. It's nice to know that flowers bloom and grass grows green and sky can be blue, and those things are good and they're very grounding. And that's what I'm going to try to talk about today a little bit. And basically, I'm going to do a lot of repeating of what Tiona talked about in a sort of a similar and maybe a little bit of a different kind of way. I'm going to try to screen my my PowerPoint, which just like Tiona, I had it already, but then it doesn't always behave itself when we have to go in and out. So I'm trying. Now I have to share my screen. So I don't know how to do that. How do I share my screen with this? I don't know. I know.
Share screen.
I have to I have to go back to Zoom and share my screen. And there we go. Okay.
But you're not sharing yet.
I am not. And now I am.
Now you are.
And now I'm going to put it on the presentation mode and hopefully it'll work. Hopefully.
Well done for moving from PowerPoint.
It doesn't want to move.
Wait, it'll come.
It'll come. Okay.
Present.
So we're going to talk about blossoming.
Click on present.
It is on present. It is. It doesn't feel like doing it.
No, but it's not showing the main screen.
I know. That's my script, my share problem. Let's try this again. You
can do share. Look on the top. It says present. You see present on the top?
I'm pressing on present, but it doesn't want to present. Now, how about now? Ta-da! Okay, so we're presenting through blossoming through differentiation. And you know, everything Tiona talked about is differentiation. That word differentiation is yet again another word to help teachers think and believe and understand that we have to do everything. And I was listening to someone on the radio or something the other day, and she said, Ani ovedet bechevra, ani ha-creative. Ani be-creative. And someone else said, ken, ani kotevet tochen. And someone else said, yes, I'm also a content developer. I edit the content. And someone else said, I'm an administrator and I'm a director and I'm an organizer and I'm a this and I'm a that. And I thought, wow, teachers in their classrooms have to do everything. You have to be the creative and you have to be the text developer and you have to be a writer and you have to be a test writer and you have to be a worksheet organizer and you have to be a an AI expert already, and you have to be able to do all these different things. And this year we have to do that, plus live with our life that's become a little bit more complicated. So it's important for us to remember, and we all know this, that kids come in different. They come in different everything. And we know this. We know how different children are. And we know that as teachers, we have to sort of move them all to a certain place, and we have to move them all. Whomever's under our care for that time. We're like tour guides, but we have to be more in-depth tour guides. And so we have to remember when we're trying to do everything that there's lots of different kinds of kids, and our adaptations and our VUCA concepts have to relate to the different kinds of kids, which you all know because you are creative and you are content developers and you are everything else. So this is just sort of a little review for all. 50% of kids are introverts. They need time to get themselves going. Most kids, even though it's hard for us to believe it, they prefer calm, low stimulation environments. We're busy stimulating them all over the place, but you know, if you give children of many ages just time to sort of be, they sort of be. And today, more kids be with their phones, but they be. 30% of kids are extroverts. They love having people around them and making new friends and learning, and they get from others and move through others, and others help keep them going, and they help others keep going. And 20% have this wonderful word, ambiverts. Can you imagine? 20% children are ambiverts. That's like, ambi means both, mixed. Like if you're ambidextrous, you can write or work equally with both your hands. So ambi is both, or both sides, and they have a balance of being introverted and extroverted. And sometimes we need people to be outgoing in certain situations, and sometimes they need the quiet. And I think all of us know how to find ourselves in these places as adults. But when we observe kids, sometimes it's interesting to think about it like this. I mean, imagine if 100% of the kids that we were with were all extroverts, or 100% were all introverts, right? The balance is what makes things possible. Not only more interesting, but more possible. Okay? And we have different kinds of kids. We have sensitive kids, and we have creative kids, and we have active kids, and we have curious kids. And when everything is okay, then it's challenging enough. But when things are in a state of upheaval, it's much more difficult for them, for all the kids, and for us in our multifaceted position of being everything that we are, just as teachers. Forget about human beings, or parents, or neighbors, or aunts, or uncles, or siblings. So here's a sort of like different kinds of children that we have. We have those all good kids, that, you know, the ones who excel in academic work, and they have good social skills, and they take leadership roles, and they're dependable. And when we're in times of challenge, we tend to rely on those kids a lot. Then we have kids that are like more adventurous, and they love to explore, and they're full of energy, and they love new adventures. And then we have kids that are creative, they love art, they love music, and they have beautiful ways of expressing themselves. And then we have independent kids who need to show their independence and be more self-sufficient, and they might challenge authority. And usually, all these kinds of children, in times of massive challenge, many of them rise to the occasion. But it's very difficult to rise to the occasion and stay there. And we're in a period of occasion. And so it's very hard for everyone to be on the highest level of their functioning all the time. And we have to keep that in mind, us too, as teachers, ups and downs. We have ups and downs. Kids have ups and downs within the kinds of characteristics that they have. And when we work and when we teach and when we plan and when we design, we have all these kids in our heads. And one of my favorite expressions is sometimes we forget that we're teaching kids because we're so worried about teaching. And we have so much that we want to get done and so many things that we have to get finished and so many places that we have to go. And we have to learn so many words and we have to, and we want excellence and we want all these things. And we also have to go with the flow, with the child, with the learners, with the different learners in the classroom. It's challenging beyond measure. So when we talk about diverse kids, we can celebrate differences and unique qualities and learn how to use that in our classroom, which we do. Teachers do that. We always, you know, because we're working with human beings and not robots or something that we can set, we have to adapt ourselves and respond differently to the way different children talk to us and relate to us or don't relate to us. And we have to remember, I mean, I think it's important for us to remember that there's one teacher with endless stories about everything that's been happening now. Endless stories, because we have our stories about the different children in our classroom. Nursery school teachers, 1st to 3rd grade teachers, 3rd to 6th grade teachers. We have children with different kinds of stories. We also have our own different stories. Some of you are teaching kids that joined your classes in the middle of the year, in October, in November. We have students with new lives. Things happen in their families, in their immediate families, in their more extended families. We have children who've moved. They have different lives than they had before. Some are living in hotels. Some are living in rented apartments. Everything's exactly the same, but we have all sorts of changes. We have colleagues with different lives. Different people in the family aren't home. People get used to or don't get used to lots and lots of noise outside, or having to run places where they didn't have to run in the middle and having to talk about this all the time. We have the same thing in our own lives. If we look back at the last 4 months, gosh, think about what we've been through. And life is challenging enough. This is like an addition to our already challenging life. Children are very sensitive to change. We sometimes think that kids are like sponges, they just collect everything. Kids roll with the punches. Some kids roll less easily or roll less with certain kinds of punches. And sometimes it's, nachum takum boing boing and bop, 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 back up again. But kids are very, very sensitive to change and sensitive to inconsistency and sensitive to knowing that tomorrow won't necessarily be what they thought it was going to be. And as teachers, we serve multiple purposes for children. And I think part of the joy of being a teacher is recognizing that different kids relate to us in different kinds of ways. And that's our multi-hat approach to the way we relate to children. And you guys who teach in elementary school, you know how intense that can be. You know how important every single child is and how that relationship is and how your relationship with a child is. There's some kids who they just want to hang out with you during the hafsaka. They find you and they sit there and they just talk to you during the recess. They talk to you. They need your ear. They need your voice. Sometimes they just need to see you and then they know all is right with the world. So this year, we're all navigating our individual roller coasters. And I put this roller coaster in the sand, even though I use the words recovery and growth, because sand has a very calming effect and it covers things up gently, and then it can blow in the wind. You don't always know what you're going to discover. And life is already complex. And And we have had all these upheavals and these roller coaster characteristics of an already difficult year. And I keep talking about this and I keep coming back to it because we can't ignore it when we think about catering and learning with our students, from our students, and teaching them. So, oh, I'm sorry, you can't really see this. The first thing we have to do is try to stay CCC, cool, calm, and collected. A fan might be, I chose this image of a fan just to remind us that sometimes we too need to work on ourselves to stay cool, calm, and collected, especially when we're in situations where the opposite is ringing all around us. When we have so many different issues to take care of in the classroom, with kids with all these different kinds of needs and challenges, if we respond from our gut instead of from our hearts and our minds together, it can lead to more negative responses. And everybody knows teachers always have to stay calm in every situation. Our kids who respond, those extroverted kids, they respond best to cool, calm teachers. We can get excited about things. We can have a wonderful time. We can be painting and drawing and singing and laughing and dancing with them, but we have to know how to maintain and ground ourselves so that we can go out and touch as many kids as possible. You know, I use this image a lot. I don't know if it's a fair image because I don't do this, but in like Krav Maga and karate and judo and all these kinds of sports, you have to be grounded. And when you're well grounded, you can get out and touch more people and do more, have more success. Grounding is really, really important. You're already grounded because you've actually found time to join us here this evening, which I find mind-blowing. And then once we're grounded, we can add some light and color. We can make the experience of learning fun and more fun. Siona talked about that, and all the different groups that you have opportunity to go to this afternoon will also add light and color. And then we have to hold on to what we know. We can't just fly off. We hold on to what we know while we adjust to the constantly changing life that we have. In school, what seems to work best? Just like everything, routine with flexibility. Keep the routine, stay grounded, define the routine, and use that as a basis of starting from. We find the juice in the orange, and we see the beauty of the color, and we take nothing for granted. We have to open up what needs to be open. There's so many things going on. There are children with stories. There's stories on the news that they're bombarding us with all the time. You open the radio and you can't even, sometimes I just say, I can't listen to this anymore. We open up what needs to be open. And we can't open up everything at once. We have to learn about our students' families so we can gently relate to their lives. Group doing is sometimes easier for kids than working on their own. Others need to work alone. So we tiptoe through those tulips and gather the pieces that fall and move through our
Rona, sorry to disturb. 1 minute, 2 more minutes.
Okay, 1 minute. And we move through our ever-changing reality. And how do we do that? How do we move through our ever-changing reality? We move by reframing, by framing and reframing. And how do we frame and reframe? By organizing.
Like with the VUCA, the same thing, the same
Exactly,
idea.
exactly. We frame and reframe so that we can then organize ourselves. And we help our students, we help organizing them by setting up agendas. We set up a clear agenda of our lesson, of our week, of our time. We share that agenda with our students and we plant it visually and orally so that they hear it and they see it. We put it on the board, we put it in front of them, and we remind them constantly what we're doing and why. What our goals of our lesson are, why we're learning what we're learning. If we know as teachers why we're learning what we're learning, why we're teaching what we're teaching, why we're working on what we're working on, and come back and say, you see, we did this and that's what we got out of it, that helps to frame, reframe, that helps to ground, that helps to establish, that helps to create us a point that from there we can keep moving on. So I'm just going to run through this. I was going to share a really nice poem with you, and I'm going to share the poem, and I'm going to end with it. This is a poem by Robert Frost. It's a beautiful poem about life. And I found it many years ago when I was looking for a poem about things falling on the ground. I have two very good, important characteristics that are just a pain in the neck. I have no skills whatsoever. The one thing I know how to do is laundry and dishes, two things. And the other thing, I have a very great relationship with gravity. Everything falls on the ground. I drop things all the time. So I looked for a poem like that, and here it is. Okay, for every parcel I stood to hold, I lose some off others off my arms and knees, and the whole pile is slipping, bottles and buns. Sometimes it's too much for me to comprehend at once, yet nothing I should care to leave behind, with all I have to hold, with hand and mind and heart, if need be. I will do my best to keep their building balanced at my breast. I crouch down to prevent them as they fall, then sit down in the middle of them all. I had to drop the armful in the road and try to stack them in a better load. That's what we do with VUCA. We try to stack everything in a better load. When we think about the different kids in our classroom, about the different people that we work with, about the different material that we're working on, if we have that in our mind and try to reframe it and organize it and plant it, it will grow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was so beautiful, Arona. And as usual, you dazzle us with your colors and with your different colors and your different strokes. And you make us realize that we are not just teaching, but we are teaching children. And that's just so important to remember. Thank you, Arona. Siona, over to you. Okay, you're muted.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind us all that we have two resources that are specifically designed for young elementary school teachers and students. And you are more than welcome to use these materials when the portal works. That would be very nice. The idea is that you, if you have in your schools, if you do have early learners, then know that the Enjoy English materials are available and they're all for free. And I'm saying this because some schools dropped out of the program. Some schools decided at a late point that they are interested in the program. Now there are no resources that come with a budget. So know that whatever we have on our material sites on our portal is very suitable and you can use it. And also I want to remind you, and this is really important, that Reading for Pleasure is still around. And
Want to move slides, Siona? We only see the first one.
Oh, so okay, so I am going to here you can use this. This is Reading for Pleasure is still around. And you can ask the school through Geffen to get packages of approved readers that are available and checked and chosen carefully for you for next year. This year is already too late, but for next year, make sure that you have readers and that you have a shelf in class to encourage reading. And that you can even get, well, you can get us, there are separate packages for each grade level, and get your principals to invest in English. And it's not very expensive either from the Geffen budget, I mean, but it's very, very worthwhile and very rewarding to have books for reading and having conversations and dialogues and fun activities around reading and pictures based on the books. So that's what I wanted to add. And thank you, Nicole, for the reminder.
Thank you so much, Siona. And if any of you are working at Chemed schools and you're wondering if the books are suitable for Chemed schools, the answer is yes. You have your own list. And don't
even
worry
for
about
Haredi,
it.
even for ultra-Orthodox, we have books that are appropriate.
Mamad Torani, Haredi, we're trying to cater for everyone and keep everything kasher. Okay, let's have a look again at the agenda today. I'd like to thank Tiona and Arona again for beginning this webinar so successfully, and we're so happy at the numbers, how many of you are joining us. For the next 20 minutes between 5:10 and 5:30, you can choose either workshop A, workshop B, or workshop C. You just need to click on the cloud or on the hand, and you will be magically transported. You will be zoomed in to that workshop. And then for the 20 minutes or 25 minutes after that, you will choose from either workshop D, workshop E, or workshop F. I have put the link to the this PDF in the chat, and also we've posted it on the Elementary Teachers group. So you just need to exit this Zoom and go into the Zoom of your choice.
This Zoom
Would you
is
like me to
closing.
post it again?
Yeah,
This Zoom is closing. Well, no,
No,
actually,
I'm
we
going to
should
leave
keep
it open. I'll leave it
then
open so people can come back to the chat just in case if they lose
okay.
lose their way.
If they
I'm
lose
gonna
their
make
way.
you-
Okay, so we'll see you in the Zoom rooms. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Howie.
Pleasure.
A hard choice which sessions to go to because they're all interesting.
They're really all excellent.
Yeah.
But it's all being recorded, right? So it's on YouTube, so we can go and watch see whatever we didn't get
If
to.
the three presenters record themselves, then it will be recorded. And if the portal works and there are no cyber attacks also. Why aren't you moving to the session? The beautiful, great sessions? I see many people here. Does that mean that you're not? What does it mean? You can see on the chat, you see on the chat, Yana, for example, why aren't you moving to one of the sessions? Hanin. You just press, Esti, just press on the link that Renee just sent. Press on it and then you click.
Go into the chat, and in the chat, you'll see the link, and go into the link and it'll open everything up, and then you can go into whatever you want.
Exactly. The first three, A, B, or C. It's a pity because nothing is happening here. I'm just keeping it open so people don't lose track. Sharon, for example. Jonathan.
Hila. Hana.
Yeah, Galit.
Galit.
Suhad. Manar.
Good.
I don't want you to leave me. I just want you to go to the other session. I'm not kicking you out. Just want you to enjoy what we have prepared for you.
No, when you're here, you came. You're spending time, so get something out of it.
Yeah, Galit from Amirim School in Be'er Sheva.
Christine.
Rada.
Achlam.
Hana.
Suhad.
Naram.
Sabach. Christine, hi. We keep seeing you and you're not managing to get in. Is there a problem? Can we help you?
Hannah Napso, you're not supposed. I see that you're here, but you're not supposed to be here. Renee, okay, I'm gonna put this back on the link here. Okay.
Here it is again.
Okay, put it up again. Great. Just go in on the chat. Go into the chat. Hannah, what? Yes, what? Liz. Suhad, Zohar, what's the story? Okay, great. Great that you entered the link. Esti Lugasi from Ashkelon, Ma. Alham. Zohar. Okay, Dvorah Kreif. Manar Asi. I don't know what to think. I can't hear you, Arona.
I guess they're just not here.
Yeah, that could be. Sabah is for sure not here because she has the picture on and okay, so they're not here.
Oh,
Here.
hi. Hi, Danielle. Danielle
Danielle
is a baby and she's outside and she's busy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So the idea is that you go into the link if you're already here and you want to watch. So better you go into the link and choose one of the sessions, Danielle. Arona, without planning, we actually spoke very much in the same direction.
Nachon. Oh, here's somebody. A.
Hey,
Oh, A. Huh? A's gone. Christine. Hi, Ziva. How come you're not joining a group? I know you can't unmute yourself, but join a group.
go into the link, Ziva. Okay, there's a link on the chat. Here, Renee has just put it once more. Here, I see. I don't know why people are coming back. Abir. Ziva, you still with us? Hi.
Ziva's with us, but now we can't see her.
Amani Alaya. Maybe they're not here.
Maybe.
Danielle, now it's not a session. You're supposed to go into the link. You see on the chat, go to the chat, you'll see a picture, and there are links there that you can choose where you want to go. Are you presenting Arona also the junior high, the same thing?
I'm just with Tommy. She asked me to say a few words.
And with high school?
And with high school, I'm just presenting the program, the Ladders program and the Aim High.
Okay.
So whatever they want me to do, right? So.
Some kind of lawyer calls me if I want to have an European passport. I don't.
They call me every day. מה הם רוצים מאיתנו באמת?
Money, what do you mean? Money.
Oh, I'm not going to give them money. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Meital Yadgar. So, Sapir Cohen. Yep.
Bless you.
Thank you. Abir, why are you here now? You're supposed to go into the link and choose a session that interests you. You don't have to be here. Here, there's nothing. Lubna, what do you mean you can't see the links? If you press on the links over here on the chat, on the top, then you'll get to the sessions, to the links of the sessions. Renee, you're a very good moderator. You can't talk. I'm not even the host. 1 minute. Let me see what I am. Oh, yes, I am the host. I can unmute you. 1 second. Let me see what. Renee, I think. Renee, you can unmute yourself. Yes, you can.
Yeah, once Siona makes you whatever she makes you, you can.
Yeah. I said allow participants to unmute themselves. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
Now I can talk. Wow, that was very, very frustrating. Teachers are going into D, E, and F. They're not looking at the at the time schedule.
Right.
That's why they weren't let in. Okay, they didn't realize that they needed only A, B, and C, and at 5:35, they go into D, E, and F. That was their problem.
So
You know, maybe we should have been divided up into two.
two clear columns, even though there are two
No,
sides.
they are two clear columns, but it's on the same page.
Oh.
So it just didn't read correctly.
Sabah, why aren't you joining one of the sessions?
I'm
Sorry,
sending the link again.
I can't find the links. I'm sorry. Someone can help me to or send
On
in
the
the chat
chat.
again.
In the
So
chat.
Here, look at it again.
Now.
And I put it again. Now,
Okay.
10 times
Now it's okay. Thanks.
there. Okay.
We're at the end of the first session.
Yeah, in 2 minutes, you already go into the next session. I guess the others are simply not here.
I guess not. She didn't send anything, Siona, your lady.
You mean for tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, so I can just tell you that the Ilanit Schwartz, that I really want to have a chance to offer her services for a longer period of time, because tomorrow she'll have only 20 minutes, and she really does wonders with this Claude and this spreadsheet. So I asked for the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Not for the spreadsheet, for the what they call
Results.
plan.
Yeah.
So she tries to send me an answer key. I said, I don't need an answer key. No, it's integrated into the, I said, I don't need that. I need the breakdown, what we call the table specifications. I need that. I said, I know that there is. I worked on it. I know that there is. No, it's too complicated. But at the end, she said I put her and Ilanit on both, in both ears on a video conference.
Uh-huh.
And she gave her access to the site itself on condition that she doesn't share it with anyone. Okay, believe it or not. Okay.
So how, okay. Yeah. So what should I do?
So I sent you 3 sample spreadsheets.
No, I didn't get them. We
Oh,
sent them by email?
Yes, betach.
I kept looking and looking. I didn't get anything.
No, betach, I sent them to you already early this morning, or maybe it was last night. I don't remember. Shirin, you know where you're supposed to be now?
No, I don't.
Okay, so look into the chat. In the chat, there is a link. In the link, there's a schedule, and you have 3 sessions to choose from. Ludmila, the same.
Okay, there is Tziona and Rona.
Yes. Tziona and Arona,
No.
we already spoke.
I'm putting, here's
okay.
the link again. Here's the link again. At 5:35 in a few minutes, you choose either D, E, or F.
Okay.
Say there?
Yeah,
Where
okay.
it says Mivdakit, that's it?
Yes. You have 3 spreadsheets there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And I'm putting you before Ilanit. Ilanit will follow you. You come right after Hadas.
okay, so I'm just gonna run them through so they can see what they can get, the kind of information they can get out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But they're not, is someone gonna show them all the elements that are on the test?
Yes, Hadas is going to show them the test itself.
Okay,
Seda?
yeah.
And you'll see what she says, and go with the flow. Amalia, do you want to be here? Do you want to go to the sessions? The sessions are on the chat. You'll find a form. a schedule and you can choose. I'm just here because some teachers lose their way.
Yes, I was, and I went out, and then I'll go back in again. I have bad service.
Whatever you want.
But is it because I had to?
Now it's D and E. I'm in the second round.
D, E, or F.
Said. Thanks.
Okay, Siona, that's very nice. The results look very, very nice, and they're definitely legible. Nice to see, nice to look at.
Yeah, Ilanit says it's a long test.
Everybody says it's a long test, and everyone says it's too long.
Yeah, but it's a full
spelling.
But they can, first of all, they don't have to do it all at once. And
I don't know if they don't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. We have to actually find that out tomorrow or ask them. And the other thing is, I heard this from a bunch of teachers, the spelling takes them a really long time because they have to hunt and peck. They can't just write, they can't just type, they have to hunt and peck out of a bunch of letters. And I guess that's really time consuming and high energy, like.
But it reaches, but that's the end, right? That's at the end of the test.
Right, and they're completely wiped at the end, so it's too hard.
So they won't do that part tomorrow.
No, or they can do that part, but we have to recognize that maybe that's something that the teachers could easily also redo in class.
Why are people coming back here? You're not supposed to be coming here. You're supposed to go back into the chat and go to the second round of sessions to choose from. D, E, and F you can choose from. Haifa or Haifa?
Can.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
I'm sure you enjoyed the first. And Darlene?
Yes.
Same.
I was with Monica and Sarah.
Great. I'm sure.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sharon, don't you want to hear the next round of sessions, Darlene?
Yeah, I
Go
left
into
when
the chat.
I just tried to go into chat. It didn't work, and I was in a session that I didn't think was right for elementary school, so that's why I left it.
Which one was that?
Howie's on the AI. Maybe I didn't stay long enough, but the beginning was it was.
Okay, so you can now go into something that you think is for elementary.
Okay. Here.
Okay, Lynn and Esty and Irene, you're now invited to go into the next round of sessions.
Repost the link, please.
Hi, Tammy.
Here it's reposted.
I'm rejoining, I can't see it. Thanks.
It's on the chat.
I keep
on the chat.
I understand it disappears. Why do I have to keep on reposting?
It doesn't disappear. People have to go up.
Lynn Sikemski, who are you?
Lynn Sikemski has to go. I can choose to go to one of the sessions.
But how are you connected to Susie? Are you related to Susie Sikemski? Not answering.
There was also a man I saw.
No, that's Susie's son.
Sorry, I just needed the link again. Yeah, Susie's there.
Go into the link and choose from D.
You're Susie's daughter-in-law?
Yes, yeah, we met at Devon Yellen a few years ago. Thank you for everything. Thank you for this. I'm just going back into the link. Sorry, I lost the link.
Okay, toodaloo.
Thank you. All the best. Thank you for everything.
Renee, have you spoken to Debbie recently?
Yeah, sure. Her house is a mess.
Her house is a mess. Her eyes are a mess.
Can better for vacation. Can.
Sharon, what's the story? I can't hear you, but that's okay. You have to unmute yourself.
Unmute.
Hello. The story is that, actually, I'll be very honest. I got the message about this event on Sunday night, and it's kind of a bit short notice as far as I'm concerned. I know it's not Israeli of me to respond in that way. And secondly, the link for the second session that I'm interested in is giving me choices of some kind of different browsers, and I can't link into it very easily.
No. Then you have a problem. You have a problem.
Okay. Yoni, hang on a minute. And I've got my son with me. Right. Anyway, guys, thank you. I'll try again.
Why? Bye.
יונתן, אני לא רוצה לשמוע את זה. שנייה, יונתן, אני צריכה עזרה כאן.
I don't know. Merav?
Hi.
Why did you come back?
I just, press the button. It put it in here.
Okay, Renee, you have to give them the link
What should I
again.
do?
They'll go to
No,
the
you can
chat,
choose
go into
again.
the
Go.
link, go
Okay.
into the link and go to the next session. DER.
Okay, yes, I will. I will do it now. Okay, bye-bye. Bye for now.
Bye. Looking at the chat, it's really all the links are there, one after the other. I don't know why.
I keep on putting it in. I don't know why people keep asking me for it. But no.
This is funny. Aaron, I don't know what you're saying, but I hope you are enjoying yourself. Sandus and Hannah and Yael and another Yael, please.
And Liz.
And go and no, Liz already.
Hannah.
Go into the chat. Go into the chat and choose a session from D, E, or F. It's the same link. Once again. And just to get things straight, Sharon, we informed about the session today already, okay, a long time ago. Not on Sunday, but whatever. It's not very Israeli of me.
There's a limit to all good things.
Ronit. Hannah. I think we can actually close the session in another 15 minutes. We're starting another one already.
But it's the same link, isn't it?
It is, but Howie asked me to close and reopen.
Open and close, so let's close.
Okay, I'm closing.
Bye, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. I'm closing.
Okay, close.
Bye.
Should I sign and leave? What should I do? No, I'm just leaving.
We're just leaving, we'll all leave.
טוב, בסדר.
We'll leave first, because we have to leave first. Who's Riva? Riva, you gotta leave.
No, you gotta choose. You gotta choose a session.
Riva came in early for the next session.
That's that Riva. I know Riva. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
closing
with
and I'm
pleasure.
opening again.
Fiona, you changed your clothes.
No,
The more I learn, the better
I
it
just took
is.
off my jacket.
I really like that jacket. It's a really pretty color.
I just took off my jacket.